All right, Jacksonville, let's talk about what's happening in the real estate market for the month of August. We're in September, which means we have new data out. I also want to talk about list to sold price ratio. If you've ever heard the term of seasonal, right? Seasonal selling, real estate is seasonal. Now, we're in Florida, so we don't really have, I would say, like a bad weather season or a bad selling season like you would up north. However, we are still seasonal and we do still see ups and downs. And typically, yes, your spring and summer markets are going to be your better to sell, higher list to sales price ratios. Also, we tend to see it take a little increase in November and December. But the 2 months, if you want to know the 2 months that are probably not the best to list your home, it's January and August. January because people are coming off the holidays, they don't have money, the buyers don't have money, and if you're a seller, you need a buyer that has money. So typically they're taking some time to regain, they're filing taxes, and then in August, and that has to do with the seasonality of the Florida school system. People are done with their summers, they're getting back into the school routine, and so a lot of things take a dip. Not many buyers doing activity in the month of August. Having said all that, the market is still the market. So when I look at January, the list to sales price ratio, on average, sellers were getting about 93% of their asking price. And at the absolute highest point, this was actually in May, they were getting 94.4% of their asking price. So while they were getting more, the data shows it was about 1.5% more. Now we're back in August and we're right back down to 93.3%. The absorption rate, we've talked about this before. This is the month supply of inventory. So when you are transitioning from a seller's market through a balanced market to a buyer's market, you're going to start to see the inventory rise. If you're a buyer, you notice this because you see new listings coming on the market every single day. As a seller, you're looking at your competition. There's so many more homes for sale in your own neighborhood, and you're battling. It is truly a battle of the price reductions of who is going to get the best quality for the best price, and that is the home that is going to sell. And so with that, January being our absolute lowest, we still had almost 4.5 months supply of inventory. It was 4.3 months supply. And all that means is that if no homes came on the market, it would take 4.3 months to sell all the homes on the market. We are currently sitting at 5.09. So we are over 5 months supply of inventory. So again, that inventory is growing. We don't have the buyers to support the number of home sellers. As a result, and as you can expect, and as you may have seen, the days on market is increasing. At one point, we were probably closer to 60 days last year, maybe 60 days on market. Right now, our average is 80 days on market. So sellers, if you're feeling 30 days in and freaking out that your home hasn't sold, that's not the time to freak out. In a seller's market where homes are selling in 30 to 60 days, 30 days, yes, might be a time for you to freak out that you may be overpriced. But 30 days in, when your average days on market is 80 days, is going to be your reset time. It is going to be the time to take a look at the market. And if you are one of those unfortunate sellers who started high, you may have to overcorrect yourself and drop even further in that first 30 days to overcorrect for the overpricing of the home. It's really tough in a buyer's market because the buyers are picky. The buyers want upgrades. The buyers want pretty. And if they are not getting what they want, they are going to want an extreme discount. As an example, if it is going to cost you, let's just say $10,000 to paint your cabinets and put a new slab, $10,000 to $15,000, a new slab of pretty quartz to upgrade your kitchen. The buyer's mind, if you are not upgrading your own home and investing $15,000 to increase it and make it prettier, the buyers in their minds are probably going to want a $30,000 price reduction for them having to take on to do the work themselves. It may not seem right. The math may not be mathing, but I really want you to hear the impact of what the buyers are looking for and the real cost. So in most cases, if you're a home seller and you are getting comments about condition and upgrades, it almost always is going to benefit you to invest money in your home to give the buyers what they want versus price reduction, price reduction, price reduction. Hope this helps.